Good afternoon and welcome to the New Ulm Park and Rec Commission meeting of Monday, June 14th at 4 p.m. First item on our agenda is I would like a roll call from the commission members, beginning to my right, please.
Amy Johnson.
Laura Evans.
Leroy Floor.
Amy Johnson.
Bob Skillings.
Carissa Bugler.
Dave Christian.
Bev Lunenberg.
Jim Bastian.
Thank you, commissioners. Next item on our agenda is to approve the agenda. Is there a motion to do so?
Oh.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve today's agenda. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes of our past meetings. The first one would be April 29th, 2021, where we had a special meeting that day. Is there a motion to approve?
A motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Motions are made and seconded to approve the special April 29th, 2021 meeting minutes. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Same sign, motion carries. The next meeting minutes that we need to approve is from May 10th, our regular May 10th meeting. Is there a motion to do so?
A motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes from our regular May 10th, 2021 meeting. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a city council meeting recap. Director Schmitz.
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. As usual, there were two city council meetings since our last commission meeting. May 18th saw the mayor selection process get approved. They also set they set the 2021 budget audit meeting. This was the May 18th city council meeting. That 21 budget audit meeting was set for June 15th. They also adopted the new fees for the recreation center, changing age 1 to age 3 for the toddler-free admission. The second city council meeting was June 1st, and they accepted a plaque honoring former Mayor Joel Albrecht. They also selected our new mayor, Terry Sweeney, to be sworn in at the next council meeting, which is June 15th. And then they authorized another year of the citywide performance measures survey. So that was the city council action at the last two city council meetings related to the Park and Rec Commission and department.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. Any questions? We'll move on then to the next item on our agenda, which is a renew update. Director Schmitz.
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. As far as the renew update goes, it's our last renew project. I think that we're all aware of the significant expansion of our recreation center. And we are at approximately 70% complete. The last major component that still has some significant work is the indoor aquatic center, but everything's coming along just fine and on schedule to open this autumn. I think we all understand the various components: the new aquatic center, an indoor playground, regional gymnastics center, and an expanded fitness center. The entire campus remains closed until the end of the construction, and all of our fitness opportunities and fitness equipment and walking are inside the Civic Center until then. So that is the renew update.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. Any questions? We'll move on then to the next item on the agenda is the German Park Amphitheater shade structure, which we need to make a recommendation regarding to the City Council this evening. Director Schmitz.
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. Very simple action, and that is the fact that the the state bonding bill, a grant agreement of up to $300,000 has been consummated through the Department of Employees and Economic Development, Minnesota State Deed Department. So that's a reimbursement of $300,000 for the shade structure. So that was a very extensive legal document, a legal agreement with the state of Minnesota and the city. That's been consummated. And so now the next step is to actually go out for bids. As you were well aware of, in 2019, we bid the base structure out, alternate one, which was that staircase, the north staircase of the two staircases coming down from German Street. And the second alternate was the shade structure. And the city council authorized the base structure and the second staircase coming down from German Street, but not the alternate, which was the shade structure. So now we're ready to go out for bids on that, and I recommend that you forward this on to the city council for their authorization with an estimated bid opening of July 28th. We have until the end of '23 to deliver the project in terms of reimbursement funds from the state of Minnesota. But we would anticipate construction this autumn, winter, or next year for the shade structure. So I recommend you forward it on to the city council with your recommendation to proceed.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. Commissioners, we need to make a recommendation one way or another. Is there a motion to do so?
Come on, people,
I'll
this is, free money. Not free, but.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion's made and seconded to recommend to the city council that we, the commission, authorize the bidding process for the German Park Amphitheater Shade Structure Project. Any discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. So that recommendation will be heard at the city council meeting tomorrow night?
Correct.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to new business. First item in new business is donations, which we will also have to recommend to the city council. Director Schmitz?
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. You have before you a number of donations again offered this past month to the city of New Ulm. I'll read those into the record. First of all, for German Park paver stones, $150 honoring Merle Frank from Carla Stelius Evans in the New Ulm High School class of 1960. And then $200 honoring Lindsay Overbay from the New Ulm Middle School staff and Michelle Miller. The next item is flowers at the German Park Amphitheater. These flowers are going in the two big Artstone pots up on German Street near the top of the amphitheater grand staircase from Herbie Hedgehog and Gertie Goose, who lives at 516 South State Street.
So this is an anonymous donor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then the final donation is an addition from last month. Additionally, $10,180, totaling $20,180 from Dwayne and Cleo Boney to assist in replacing the windows at the historic Environmental Learning Center building at Riverside Park. Grand total is $10,730 in cash this past month. I recommend you forward it on to City Council for their acceptance.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. We need to make the motion and have it be a resolution, so a roll call vote. Is there a motion to do so?
I'll make the motion to offer a resolution, waive the reading, to accept the donations as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Would Cheryl read do the roll call, please? Or
The council will have to do it. We don't have to do that, Parker.
we don't have to
No.
do that? Okay, good. Then we'll just simple motion then. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, Same sign, motion carries. Next item in new business is a Vietnam Veterans Monument.
Okay, thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. I'm putting up on the screen here the action form. Okay, that I'll read into the record. Okay, my recommendation is that you forward this on to the City Council for them to offer resolution and waive the reading to accept the donation of a proposed Vietnam Veterans Memorial Monument and installation of that in German Park. The overview is that a group of individuals and groups supporting veterans in our community are requesting that the city authorize this. The proposed location is the grassy section in between sidewalks where the U.S. flagpole is in German Park. It's in your packet. Some of the groups supporting this include, they're supporting this or in the process of supporting this include the American Legion, the VFW, Sons of the American Legion, Legion Riders, Comrades of Valor, Military Order of Purple Heart, and the DAV are just some of the groups that are considering offering their support to move this project forward. Locally, the monument has been designed and will be made of rustic mahogany granite, and the size of that is in your packet. There are no Vietnam Veterans Memorial Monuments in the city of New Ulm. Mankato does have one in a city park. These 6 young men are only memorialized together in Washington, D.C., and now we're requesting that they be memorialized in their hometown of New Ulm, Minnesota. Their names are Dennis Wellman, Daniel Lloyd, Henry Polzine, Timothy Sullivan, Stephen Seaman, and Ricky Slander. Historically, the service of veterans in the Vietnam War has been the least publicly appreciated veteran service of all U.S. wars. German Park already has a monument honoring all those who had suffered as a result of the U.S. and Dakota War of 1862. This monument will not only honor and memorialize the 6 young men from New Ulm, all graduates of New Ulm High School, who died in action during the Vietnam War, but will also honor all Vietnam veterans. It will be seen and appreciated by many local people and the multitude of visitors to German Park every year. It will also honor all branches of the U.S. military and be a welcome home and thank you for all Vietnam veterans. The budgetary fiscal information is that an anonymous New Ulm High School graduate and classmate in 1968 of 3 of the deceased veterans is privately funding this project. So you have in the packet the depiction of the location in German Park by the U.S. flag, and also the depiction of the designed memorial monument. So I would recommend that you forward this on to the City Council for their gracious acceptance of this wonderful donation and well-deserved Veterans Monument.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. There are several in the audience that might be here on behalf of the memorial. Does anyone wish to speak? Okay.
I've got 2 comments to make. I mean, I'm 110% for the idea. Tom, were you going to have this on tomorrow night's agenda?
No, this will be coming.
Does it have to go to the Cemetery and Monuments Commission?
Yes, it'll be going to the Monuments and Cemeteries Commission next.
Yeah.
And
But I think
then,
it's a wonderful
City
idea.
Council.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'll motion to recommend the City Council offer resolution, waive the reading to accept donation of a proposed Vietnam's Veterans Memorial Monument and installation in German Park, as stated.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to make that recommendation.
Who's one?
Is there any further questions or discussion?
Oh, I do just have a question, quick. With the installation of it, I mean, maybe this is far down the road when it's ready to be installed in German Park. But is there a way, if there's other memorials that would maybe for in the future that would like to be placed for other veterans of other wars, that it would, there would be space to do it too, you know? Like, so instead of just, or is it just one standalone just for these veterans? Or is there a thought that maybe in the future, if there's others that are wanting to be thought of?
Yeah, I would address that anything can happen in the future. This proposal has come to us now, and we're recommending dealing with this now, and other proposals may come at us in the future.
And, okay. I'm just thinking of the space of where it would be placed.
Yes, that'll be part of our planning,
Okay,
yet to be determined exactly, details.
yep.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item is the Recreation Center exterior signage variance.
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. You have before you in the packet, I'm going to pull up the action form here. As we're moving forward with our final Renew project, the significant expansion of the Recreation Center, one aspect has come before us, and that is the exterior signage. You also have a paper copy with you, because what's in the packet didn't quite have the Turner Gymnastics Academy signage on when I took those pictures earlier. But now the hard copy that you have in front of you includes the Garden Street side and then the north-facing side that says New Ulm Recreation Center, and underneath it in smaller letters is Turner Gymnastics Academy. So what you have is that this signage is actually larger than city code allows. And so due to some miscommunication, the signage got proceeded with prior to seeking a variance. So now we're coming to the city to allow us a variance for this signage. And you have before you on the hard copy the exact details. Couple of other items of note. Vogel Fieldhouse, actually it was Vogel Arena, as you recall, 40 years ago when they added on to the indoor swimming pool part of the building, and they built in the late 70s, and then in the early 80s, Vogel Arena, Ice Arena was constructed, and it said Vogel Arena, very large font on the north-facing Center Street side for a number of decades, 40 years actually. So that's just an example of this commercial, industrial, institutional signage that is recommended for our recreation center. Also, some institutional variances that have been granted recently include the New Ulm High School, the senior high school up on North Highland, and then, of course, the middle school, which is the former high school on Garden Street. There were variances for both of those for signage, and then also Martin Luther College has received signage variances recently for their signage, including the sign at Summit and Center Street. So I think this is reasonable and fair, and I would recommend that you forward this on to the City Council recommending a variance. This will also be going through the Planning and Zoning Commission prior to City Council.
Thank you, Director Schmitz. Is there a motion to recommend the signage variance?
I'll make the motion to recommend the city council authorize a variance for the rec center exterior signage.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Discussion. I have a question about the picture you gave us. There's the Steinhauser Park sign. Why do you have that on there?
Well, that is because that's an example as the Vogel Arena, Vogel Fieldhouse are examples of past signage. That wood routed sign will actually be going away and be changed. And so that exact detail is not part of this proposed action, but the wood routed signs, that sign will be going away. It's still Steinhauser Park and always will be Steinhauser Park. The recreation center sits on Steinhauser Park property, city land. So that's the only reason it's in there, for scale and perspective and so on.
And will the Vogel name be gone as well?
No, we are going to keep Vogel Fieldhouse. That painting on the north side, the painting signage on the north side will be modified and replaced to be complementary and similar to the new signage on the tip-up panels of the Aquatic Center. So it will probably say Recreation Center or Rec Center in large font and Vogel Fieldhouse in smaller font underneath it, as it does there for Turner Gymnastics Academy. And I've already reviewed that with Dr. Howard Vogel's daughter. Dr. Ann is all on board with that idea also.
Okay.
So was the Steinhauser and the Vogel, was this land donated by people of those names? The land, or?
I'm not certain about the origins of Steinhauser Park and whether or not that land was donated or not. I'd have to do some research on that. I know Dr. Howard Vogel was a part of the initiative and the effort to create Vogel Ice Arena, which is why his name is on that portion of the building.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion?
Just for a note for the Park and Rec Board, New Ulm signage ordinance, which they are working on, needs some updating. It's very difficult to figure out the square footages on buildings, and it's not built for places like Kraft Foods, Vogel Arena, the senior high school. Yeah, it's not built for larger buildings. It caps it at a certain size and whatnot, so it's being worked on.
Awesome.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is reports from commissioners and staff. So no, department activity report,
Yes, the activity report.
okay. We just make a motion to receive and order that filed.
Correct.
So is there a motion to do so?
So move.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to receive and order filed the May 2021 Department Activity Report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. Next item is staff report.
Thank you, Chair Skillings and Commissioners. A couple of quick items. We're beginning work on next year's budget, the 2022 budget. I will be emailing some information out to you in the next week to begin to kind of get your mind wrapped around that process, and specifically helping staff and the commission to prioritize some development projects. Historically, we've spent about $500,000 a year on projects, focusing on repairs and replacements and/or necessary additions or developments to our system. So that will be coming at you in the next week, and then over the next month, we will work on trying to prioritize that. Our preliminary numbers need to get to the city council in early September, so we'll be working through that process. So think about any particular projects or initiatives you feel important for next year. This plan will also lay out some MICIP, a capital improvement plan for the next 5 years or so on developments and repairs and projects. The next tidbit of information are open houses. You probably got a barrage of emails today. We certainly did the grand reopening and ribbon cutting at the amphitheater in German Park recently. But Thursday of this week, everyone's invited down to the BMX track to celebrate some of their improvements and their programs on June 17th, this Thursday, with a ribbon cutting. And then Sunday, this coming Sunday, is Johnson Park Renew, Johnson Park Day. Thanks to the Baseball Association and many others, we'll be celebrating the Renew Project and its successes at Johnson Park with 2 baseball games Sunday afternoon and a ribbon cutting and lots of other festivities there. And then a week from this Thursday, the 24th, we'll be celebrating the Herman Heights Renew Project up there with the Herman Monument Society. So these are all free and open to the public. And it's a great time to celebrate some of our recent successes and also celebrate a new mayor that we anticipate being appointed and sworn into office tomorrow at the city council meeting. And that new mayor will then assist with the ribbon cuttings, of course.
And he's going to throw out the first pitch on Sunday at 3:45.
Yes, at the second game, not the first game. The Brewers game, the amateur baseball game. Assistant Director Corman has something to add.
Thank you. I just have one thing to add about the ribbon cutting and the open house at Johnson for Sunday. Just to let the commission know that we, the city and the Park and Rec Department did receive an award of excellence for that project from Minnesota Park and Rec. It has not been presented to city council yet because there's been some procurement delays, as with everything else, with the actual award itself, and so that's why it hasn't been given yet. But we haven't really announced it because we're kind of waiting for that. But it might be something that if somebody's going to talk on Sunday, that you might want to mention. So,
Cool.
just to give you a heads up, we can talk after.
Yes, and that one more ribbon cutting that will be forthcoming, and that is the outdoor learning classroom and event deck at the Riverside Park Environmental Learning Center. Details are being put together for that grand reopening and ribbon cutting event that will take place within weeks, I imagine. So stay tuned for that. That's all we have from a staff report standpoint.
Is there any commissioners that have something to bring up or report? Okay. The date of our next commission meeting is July 12th here at 4 p.m. And with that, I adjourn our meeting.